Bhagwan, would you talk about trust? Anand Parinita. Trust is a mystery. That is the first thing to be understood about trust. Hence, it cannot be explained. I can give you few indications of it. Just fingers pointing to the moon. Few hints. But it cannot be described or defined. It is the highest form of love. It is the essential core of love. Love itself is a mystery and indefinable. But love is like a circumference, and trust is its very center, its soul. Love is like a temple, and trust is the innermost shrine in the temple where God is situated. Ordinarily, people think that trust means faith. That is wrong. Trust does not mean faith. Faith is emotional, sentimental. Faith creates fanatics. Hindus, Mohammedans, Christians. These are the people who have faith. Trust creates only a quality of religiousness. Trust never makes anybody a Hindu or a Mohammedan or a Christian. Faith is borrowed from the parents, from the society in which you are born. Faith is accidental. You live in faith out of fear or out of greed, but not out of love. Trust is out of love. Faith is a conditioning imposed. It is a bondage. The man of faith is a prisoner. He may know it, he may not know it. He may have been living in a very beautiful palace, but he is imprisoned in it. The prison may be very well decorated with Bibles and the Qurans and the Vedas and the Gitas. It may be made out of beautiful doctrines, philosophies, ideologies, but it is a prison because you have not entered into it on your own. You have been forced to enter. I was a small child and my father used to take me to the temple. And I always resisted it. I will tell him that I will stay outside the temple. You go in. He will say, but why you can't come in? I said, when I will feel like coming in, I will come in. But I don't feel like coming in. It is so beautiful outside. Why should I go in? And I don't see any point in it at all. The trees outside, the birds singing outside, the sun. It is so beautiful. I will wait here for you. If you choose to be inside and sit in that windowless, closed place, that is your choice. He will try to pursue it, but he was never successful. Every parent tries. And the intention is not bad. The intention is good. But unconscious intentions, even if though they are good, they are not of much help. They hinder, they harm. An intention can be really good only when it is conscious. Otherwise, prisons are created and you become attached to prisons. It is so difficult. Even a man like Bertrand Russell, who does not believe in Christianity, has confessed that although he has dropped believing into Christianity, if somebody suddenly asks him, who was the greater man, Buddha or Christ, somewhere deep inside, he knows that Buddha is greater, but he will answer Christ. That Christian upbringing, the mind that has been dropped has left scars. He says, when I think about it, when I am alert, I can see the greatness of Buddha. Compared to Buddha, what Christ says looks ordinary. But that is when I am alert. When I am not alert, if you wake me up suddenly from the sleep and ask me, I will certainly say Christ. It hurts somewhere to put Buddha above Christ. And I can understand his difficulty. The same will be the difficulty of a Buddhist. He may be convinced that Christ is far better. He may be convinced that Christ's sacrifice is greater than Buddha's. But deep down in the unconscious, the training, the conditioning is there. He cannot put anybody else above Buddha. One Jaina scholar who was a disciple of Mahatma Gandhi wrote a book on Mahavira and Buddha, and he showed me his manuscript. And he told me that I am trying to synthesize both the religions. I looked at the title and I said, you won't be able to synthesize. You will not be able to bring a synthesis. Just your title is enough. He said, what can you know from the title? The title was Bhagwan Mahavir and Mahatma Buddha. I said, you cannot call both Bhagwan. Mahatma means a very great man, but still a man. And Bhagwan means one who has gone beyond man. I said, how can you bring a synthesis? You have already discriminated. He was shocked because he said, I have shown my book to many people. Nobody has indicated it. I have shown it to great scholars, Pandits, and they have all appreciated it. I asked him, have you shown it to any Buddhist? He said, no. I said, show it to any Buddhist and he will see the insult that you have done to Buddha. And ask him what he would suggest. He will say, write Bhagwan Buddha and Mahatma Mahavir. Change it. What is Mahavir compared to Buddha to a Buddhist? But to a Jaina, Mahavira is greater. Buddha comes very close, but close. A distance is still there. It may be only one step, but that much distance has to be there. Our egos are involved. Faith is egoistic, hence it is fanatic. Faith is borrowed, hence it is ugly. Faith is a bondage because you have been forced into it by subtle strategies. It is not trust. Trust is a totally phenomenon. Different, with a different flavor. It is your own growth that brings you to trust. It is your own experience. It is your own knowing. Faith happens through conditioning and trust happens through unconditioning. One has to drop faith before one can attain to trust. And second thing to remember, trust is not belief either. Belief is again a trick of the mind to repress doubt. Man is born with many doubts, millions of doubts, and it is natural. It is a God's gift. Doubt is a God's gift. But it creates trouble for you if you start doubting. And you can doubt everything. And you have to live with people who believe. Your life will be in constant conflict. You have to compromise. If you are born amongst Christians, you have to believe. If you don't believe, you will be in trouble. Why Jesus was crucified? For the simple reason that he refused to believe. He tried to experience. In the Bible, major part of his life is completely missing. 18 years are missing. And in a life of 33 years, 18 years is a major portion. He is mentioned first when he is 12, and then he is mentioned when he is 30. And by the 33, he is crucified. What happened between the age 12 and 30? Where he has been? In these 18 years, he lived with many masters. He moved into many mystery schools. Particularly, he lived with a secret school of Essenes. His whole teaching comes from that secret school. But all those 18 years were of deep meditation, experimentation. He went to the deepest core of his being. When he arrived, when he came to know himself, what truth is, there was trust. It was not belief. Trust has to be deserved. Belief is a very cheap substitute. Belief means you are afraid of doubt, because doubt creates trouble. And doubt keeps you in a state of confusion. And you are not courageous enough to live in confusion, not courageous enough to live in a state of chaos, in anarchy, and doubt creates that. So you immediately repress the doubt, and the way to repress is to believe. The way to trust is doubt, and doubt to the very end. Go the whole way. Don't repress your doubt at any point, otherwise you will mistrust. Trust arises out of doubt, not by repressing, but by experiencing doubt to its ultimate extreme. When you go on doubting and doubting and doubting, a moment comes when all beliefs are destroyed by the doubt. All faith evaporates in the heat of doubt, and all that is left is your being. Now there is nothing to doubt, because you have doubted all and everything. When there is nothing to doubt, doubt dies, commits suicide. Because there is nothing to keep it on, nothing to nourish it anymore. That has been my way. I have not arrived through belief. I have arrived through doubt. It is better to begin as a great doubter than as a believer. Because the believer will remain always pseudo. He will always remain superficial, shallow. Belief can never be more than skin deep. Scratch it little bit, and immediately the doubt is there. Trust needs a continuous hammering. Doubt has to be used as a hammer. unless you reach to the rock bottom of it all. An American tenor was making his debut in Pagliacci at La Scala Opera House in Milan. When he finished the exciting aria, Vesta la Giobba, the audience applauded, and Carbonio, an elderly man sitting down front, stood up and exclaimed, "Sing it again!" The tenor, delighted by the request, did an encore. Carbonio, the opera lover, again leaped to his feet and implored, "Sing it again!" After 5 encores, the tenor walked to the edge of the stage and said, "Thank you for your very gracious reception." Once more the old man shouted, "Sing it again!" "I am sorry, sir," begged the singer. "We must go on. I cannot sing it again." "Yes," declared the opera fan. "You sing it again until you sing it right." One has to go on and on doubting until you sing it right. Doubt is a sword. It cuts all beliefs. But it is a dangerous path. The path to truth is bound to be dangerous, because truth is the ultimate peak. The higher you move towards the Everest, you are entering into a dangerous arena. A single wrong step and you will be lost forever. Truth liberates, but to reach to truth, you have to go through a very narrow passage, climbing towards the heights. It is dangerous. Hence, millions of people decide to live in their dark valley, and they believe that the Everest exists and it is sunlit and there is tremendous beauty, because Jesus has reached there, Buddha has reached there. We can believe in them. What is the need for us to go there? We can live in our dark valley comfortably. There is no need to take any risk. But without risk, there is no truth. Without risk, there is no life. You have to learn gambling. You have to be a gambler. If you doubt and go on doubting, a moment comes when all that you have ever believed disappears, evaporates. It is a state of almost madness. One can fall any moment into the abyss that surrounds you. If one falls, it is a breakdown. If one keeps alert and aware, watchful, cautious, then it is a breakthrough. Trust is the ultimate breakthrough. It helps you to know the truth on your own. And truth liberates only when it is yours. Somebody else's truth cannot liberate anybody. It creates bondage and nothing else. Bhagwan heard that you sometimes make up questions to fit your jokes. Is this so? Please be truthful. Anand Nandan, it is very difficult for me to be truthful. I don't believe in anything, not even in truth. I am not a serious person at all. I believe in playfulness. So, how does it matter whose question it is? And do you think when you write a question, it is better than when I write a question? And do you think, Nandan, that when you are writing a question, really you are writing, or I am writing through you? If I have to tell a joke tomorrow, I can say something today, and many questions will come tomorrow. There is no need for me really to write. I can create questions in you. There is no difficulty. Otherwise, how these so many questions come? But you seem to be serious. And I am serious only about jokes. I am not serious about anything else. That's why you never see me laughing at the jokes. I am really serious. Because jokes are not a matter of laughing. It is not a joke. It is one of the most serious things in life. In fact, the only serious thing. You ask me, I have heard that you sometimes make up sometimes. Always. Every day. Because whenever I come across a good joke, I cannot wait for tomorrow. Who knows, tomorrow may come, may not come. I may not be here, you may not be here. And the joke has to be told. Just look at these jokes. They cannot remain untold. A Negro walks into the fish market and buys an eel for his dinner. He puts it into the pocket of his overcoat and decides to have a drink before going home. One drink leads to another and another. Hours later, he staggers home and stumbles into the toilet for a piss. Reeling backwards and forwards, he fumbles inside his trousers and pulls out what he thinks is his Johnny. He feels a warm tickle down his legs, then looks down and utters a wide-eyed disbelief. I knew you big and I knew you was black, but I sure as hell did not know you had such beautiful big blue eyes. A man walks into an optometrist's office holding a cardboard box. He hands it to the optometrist, who opens it and upon seeing its contents explains, "Wow, that's the biggest turd I have ever seen. Is not it a beauty? I did it myself. It must be at least 2 feet long, 25.5 inches to be exact," boasts the man, "and 4 3/4 inches in diameter. Incredible! How much does it weigh?" 1.5 pounds, comes the proud reply. "That is simply amazing," exclaims the optometrist, unable to take his eyes off this marvelous specimen. "But why bring it to me? I am an optometrist." "Well, you see, I have this problem. Every time I do one of these monsters, my eyes water." Mary comes to the police station with her mother. She is sobbing loudly when she reports to the policeman that she had been raped. The officer concerned asks her when and where all this happened. "Well," says Mary, crying, "3 days ago in the cemetery, the following day in the forest, and yesterday evening in Johnny's own room." You missed it. Perhaps you will get this. Dino was making pretty good time with Sally, the office steno. She agreed to go away for the weekend, provided he brought a seat with him. When they went upstairs to bed, he admitted he did not know how to wear it, so she rolled it down his thumb to show him. Then they put out the light and really went at it. In a few minutes, Sally said, "I am really sticky. I think you broke that thing." "No, I ain't," said Dino, switching on the light. "Here it is, it's still on my thumb." "And you ask me, is this so? Please be truthful." "Anand Nandan, even this question is invented by me. What more truth is needed to prove? You have not asked it, but I have answered it. Two Jews are walking. Ahead of them, they notice Moshe walking like a duck along the footpath. "I bet you he has hemorrhoids," says Saul. "That's why he walks that way." "No," says Mo. "His balls are enlarged, that's why." They catch up with Moshe and tell him of the bet they just made. "You are walking this way because of bad hemorrhoids, right?" says Saul. "No," replies Moshe. "Aha," exclaims Mo. "Then it is because of your swollen balls, right?" Moshe stops and turns towards them. "I am sorry, but both of you lose. You see, I thought it was going to be just a good old fart, but..." Enough for today.